So it's back to league duty tomorrow at Easter Road after Wednesday's drama. On Wednesday's full-time reaction, 50% of you weren't subscribed. It's dead easy. All you need to do is click the red button below. So if you haven't done so already, please do so now. Let's get into it. Yes, folks, welcome back to the channel. It is the build-up, the starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's trip to Easter Road, where we face Hibs, of course, off the back of that 2-2 draw against Atletico on Wednesday night. I think overwhelmingly positive reaction to the game, to Celtic's performance. I thought the first half, as we covered in the full-time reaction, was one of the best performances we've put in at that level for some time. I thought both on the ball, how potent we were and how ruthless we were getting the 2 goals and taking the chances, but also how we were without the ball, the pressing, the intensity, how we closed Atletico down in the first half. I thought we were the better team in that first 45 minutes. Obviously, they came back strong in the second half and we had to change the shape to try and stem the flow and get some control back in the game, which we eventually did to some extent. But we managed to get a draw from it. It's not the best result in terms of getting us out of the group or trying to get third in the group, but it's a point on the board and against the top side in the group. It's an encouraging performance, and I think from match day 1 through to match day 3 you can see the progression that this Celtic team are making. Now then, this video is sponsored by William Hill. In case you have missed the announcement last week, the starting 11 predictions are sponsored by William Hill, and we have teamed up with Celtic's official betting partner to give away some great prizes between now and the end of the season. You'll have to be subscribed to the channel to take part in those giveaways when they come along, and you have to make sure to stay tuned to these videos to be in with a chance of winning. In terms of a score prediction tomorrow, I'm going to go 4-1 to Celtic. That is 18-1 with William Hill. You can check out all the match odds via the link in the description. As always, please gamble responsibly and visit begambleaware.org. So Hibs come into this game off the back of a 4-0 defeat at Ibrox last weekend. That's a heavy defeat for them. I think it's their first defeat in 5 games leading into it. I don't think they played very well at all in the game, so they're going to be looking to try and put that right. We did get beat the last time we went to Easter Road at the back end of last season, but it was in that phase where we'd wrapped up the title and we were absolutely phoning it in, so no doubt we'll want to put on a better display tomorrow. We're in brilliant form. The thing I really like about the team just now is how we're starting games. I think in the opening spell we're really strong. We're coming out and taking control. We've scored in the opening 15 minutes in 3 of our last 4 matches. We've scored in the opening 15 minutes in 5 of our 13 overall matches so far this season. So we're starting games really, really strongly. I think that'll be important tomorrow. Hopefully there's no sort of physical hangover for the players, because I know that we did look a bit leggy and tired towards the end of that game on Wednesday. We put so much into it. If we can get a fast start tomorrow, again, it puts us in a great position to go and get another important 3 points. And I think this is the last in the run of really tough away games we've had since the start of the season. We've been to Pittodrie, Ibrox, Livingston, Fir Park, Tynecastle, and Easter Road tomorrow. So if we can come out of all of those away games with maximum points from them, we'll be in a really, really strong position. So let's get to the lineup then, and we'll start in goals as we always do with Joe Hart, who I think was pretty good on Wednesday night. He obviously saves Griezmann's penalty onto the post, and he's unlucky because it goes straight back to him to tap it in for 1 each. He's a couple of good saves as well throughout the game. Nothing spectacular, but I thought he put in a strong performance. Johnston at right back, Carter Vickers, Scales and Taylor completing the back 4. I don't think there'll be many changes to the team. I think one thing Brendan Rodgers has got just now is something close to his strongest team. I think other than Lee Elabada, who's out injured, this is the strongest 11 based on form, based on the players we've got available. And as I say, in the last 2 or 3 games, we've looked really, really strong, and we do look like we're progressing and getting better. And as I said after the game at Tynecastle last week, we look more and more like a Brendan Rodgers team as the weeks go by. I think the intensity we've played at both last weekend at Tynecastle and in the game on Wednesday night are much more like it. When you think about the start of the season, where we were getting good results, but there was maybe some question marks over the intensity, the tempo, the play, the performance level. I think we're really getting to a good spot now and we're beginning to motor, so I don't expect too many changes to the team. In midfield is one area where there will be changes though. Callum McGregor will lead the team. The man of the match from Wednesday night, Matt O'Reilly, continued his brilliant form. That first goal is one of the best goals I've ever seen Celtic score live. I did put out on Twitter that it's maybe one of the best goals in our history. I know there's plenty of contenders there and everybody will have their favourite, but one of the best worked goals that I've ever seen us score. Maeda knocks it down to Kyogo, and then there's a sequence of 2-1-2s between him and Matt O'Reilly. It's one touch, knocked down for O'Reilly. O'Reilly gives him it one touch back into his feet and he goes wide and he finds Matt O'Reilly on the edge of the box, but then makes a beautiful run, and O'Reilly, just like the game against Lazio, times a first time pass to perfection to carve open the Atletico defence, and then Kyogo has the calmness and the composure to take the touch and finish it on his left foot. But the thing I loved about the finish is the goalkeeper is closing in on him, there's defenders closing in on him, because his touch maybe just takes it a wee tad too far, but he gets there and he just prods it into the far corner with his left foot. It was a brilliantly well worked goal, and Matt O'Reilly was key to it. He is in excellent form right now, the best player in Scotland, and long may that continue. I think Paulo Bernardo will replace Rio Hatate. I think it's a blow obviously to lose Hatate for a few weeks to that hamstring injury Brendan Rodgers confirmed today, but it's an opportunity for someone like Bernardo, who hasn't had a lot of minutes at all since he came to the club. Coming from Benfica, you can see that he's a player, but he's had almost no minutes since he arrived, so this presents an opportunity. You look at defence, where we had that injury crisis, which wasn't ideal for us at all, but it gave an opportunity to Liam Scales. He's grabbed it with both hands. This is the opportunity for maybe Bernardo, if he is to get the nod tomorrow, to do that. We've obviously got Odin Thiago home. We've got Tomoki Iwata as well, who will be hoping their names are in contention to take Hatate's place. Iwata obviously got a goal last weekend and looked pretty decent when he came on at Tynecastle. But I think Bernardo will be the man to get the nod. I was impressed with him the other night. I think he did really tire in the game towards the end. That's maybe to be expected. The intensity of the game, playing at that level when he's played next to no football for us. But as I say, really calm in the ball. Technically, he looks like a really good player, and I want to see more of him. So I think Brendan Rodgers will go with him in midfield tomorrow. I don't expect any change to the front three. Daisen Maeda, Lewis Palma and Kyogo Furuhashi, who all, I think, contributed brilliantly on Wednesday night. They did tire in the second half like most of their teammates, but I've touched on Kyogo's goal already. Daisen Maeda, always tireless, the closing down, the pressing that he did. He's also sets up Palma's goal, and Palma himself, he's got a knack for scoring goals. I think he's not had too many goal scoring chances in his Celtic career, but he's already scored a few goals. Even the one against Lazio where he's really composed at the back post ends up getting ruled out. Again, he's at the back post, but it's on the right hand side this time on Tuesday. He takes the touch, gets it out of his feet and manages to find the far post. It's the only area of the goal that he can score in because, again, Oblak in the Atletico goal, he's a big frame. There's two defenders trying to slide in to block it as well. Really good strike, really clean strike of the ball. I'm impressed by Palma, and he is another one, like the team collectively, that is getting better and better as the weeks go by. I think he can be an excellent player for us, and I expect him to just keep getting better. More game time, more match sharpness. Yes, we know that pace is maybe the thing that he's lacking in his game, but creatively, in terms of assists and goals, I think he's going to get plenty for Celtic. So there you go. That's the lineup I think Brendan Rodgers will go with for the game tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Should be a good atmosphere at Easter Road, certainly in the away end. So like this video, comment with your own thoughts on the team below. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're closing in on 40,000, and I know lots of you watch all the time because YouTube just presents it to you, but if you could help us out, click the red subscribe button below. We'll see you tomorrow outside the stadium after full time. Thank you.